Alright guys, today I'm going to be running you through the best Townhall 11 attack strategy to 3-star every time. It requires no epic equipment and it's really easy to do. So the first thing I'm going to run you through is the equipment you're going to need for this. So you're going to need a level 12 magic arrow. Now, if it's not level 12, at Townhall 11 you won't be one-hitting the air defenses with the arrow, so it won't take them out completely. So if you have it at level 9, you'll be able to hit air sweepers. So if it's a level 9, you should be targeting the air sweepers until you can get it to level 12. But this is the main focus you should be using all your ore on, is getting your magic arrow to level 12. Until then, you won't be one-hitting the air defenses, so that should be your number one priority. The other queen equipment doesn't matter. I use the puppets, and I wouldn't even upgrade them. I just leave them at level 1 because they add nothing. But if you have either the action figure or the magic mirror, you should be using that instead, as they're pretty strong and you can keep leveling them up. They're useful later down the line, especially the action figure. You can basically use that to replace the healer puppets at the higher levels. So if you upgrade that early, that's good to have, but you don't need to have either of those, and you can just run the archer puppets and they'll be completely fine. Now, this is an air attack, but you can use the Barbarian King instead of the Minion Prince. I'd only recommend this if you have the Spiky Ball. If you don't have the Spiky Ball, you can still use him, he just won't be that strong. But honestly, for this attack strategy, even if you didn't have the Spiky Ball and you wanted to upgrade your Minion Prince and then wanted to use the Barbarian King as a substitute in the attack, you could still easily 3-star. And then the Minion Prince, the Dark Orb, I would get this to level 9. The Henchman you don't really need to upgrade, but having the Dark Orb leveled up does help because these slow down the defenses when you activate the ability, which can be helpful. But again, if you really want to save your ore, you don't even need to upgrade the Dark Orb, honestly, and you should still be able to 3-star. Now for the Grand Warden equipment, you basically want to be leveling these up after your Giant Arrow is level 12. You just want to level these up as high as you can. I'd say try and get the Tome to level 9 and then upgrade your Rage Gem, get it to like level 6, and after that it's not too important. The Rage Gem, honestly, you could probably leave it at level 9 because at higher town halls the Healing Tome becomes better, so the Rage Gem is not, it's not great spending loads of ores on it, but if you have the ore spare and everything else is maxed, I mean, you might as well upgrade it. So I'm going to show you the army composition now. So what you're going to want is the Queen with the Giant Arrow, and then either the action figure, I'd recommend at number 1, then the magic mirror at number 2, but you don't need them, and then the archer puppets. Now, the reason I use the archer puppets is because when you pop the Queen ability, she's going to be vulnerable. So if there's like a cannon or something, it's just going to be like directly hitting her and she's not going to have any healing. If you use the archer puppets, it basically stops the Queen taking the damage for a bit, so she just stays alive a bit longer. But if she dies, it's not that important. It shouldn't change the attack in any way. And then the Minion Prince with the Dark Orb, and you can use the Henchman, or if you want, you can use the Metal Pants. They do a decent job as well. And then the Grand Warden on air with the Rage Gem and the Eternal Tome. Now, here, if you really wanted, you could run the Fireball instead of the Rage Gem if you had that, and that would be a pretty good epic to level up, but you don't need it, so I wouldn't waste time getting it. And then for the actual army composition, I run 8 balloons and all the rest drags. That's all you need in your army. And then for your spells, it is 3 clones, a rage, and then in your clan castle, you're going to want to bring all balloons, so 7 balloons, a rage, so there's 2 rages in total, and then a blimp. Now, that's the thing with this attack, you need a blimp, so you'll need someone in your clan who has the blimp to be able to donate them to you, or you're going to have to use raid medals reinforcing, but that's not optimal because you can use the raid medals for other things, so you want to be in a clan where someone can give you the blimp. You could also maybe use a Stone Slammer with this strategy, but I'd say the blimp's better because it guarantees your balloons get into the middle of the base where they'll do the most damage. So now I'm going to run you through the attack, basically. I'll be attacking one of my bases, which is basically one of the hardest bases you'd ever see in a war. I doubt the enemy team, if they were Townhall 11, would have a base this strong. Usually people have the Townhall in the middle. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind with this attack is the blimp is going to target the Townhall. So you want to attack as far away from the Townhall as possible to get the blimp into the middle, or if the Townhall's in the middle, it doesn't really matter which side you come from. But because this Townhall's up in this corner, I'd want to attack from somewhere over this side, not around here, because the blimp's just going to blow up on the Townhall, and then I'm only really clearing out that top section, which doesn't really have high value defenses in. Whereas if I come from this way and I pop the blimp around here, I could get the Eagle and the Inferno Tower. And the main thing you want to get at Townhall 11 is the Eagle Artillery, because at Townhall 12 you'll have the Townhall be dealing damage, but at Townhall 11 you literally only have the Eagle Artillery, the Infernos, the air defenses, and the Clan Castle are like your main threat, and the Archer Queen as well. But she can't really do much for the balloons because there'll be so many of them once you clone them. And with your Archer Queen, you want to be as well sniping, if you have it level 12, the two air defenses ideally, but if you get one, you'll easily still be able to 3-star, as long as the base isn't something crazy, you don't mess up an entire step. So the main point of this attack is you want to be popping the blimp in the core of the base, dropping the Eagle Artillery for sure, and then getting as many other defenses as you can. And then with your Queen, you want to be getting 2 air defenses ideally, at least 1, maybe even a sweeper, and then she'll be funneling for one side of the base. So I'll run you through it now on this base, how I do the attack, just to give you like a visual run through of what I do. And also potentially I might make a guide on how to use the giant arrow, so you can always line it up and always get the 2 air defenses, because it can be difficult at first. So for this attack, I'm going to attack from this side, and I'm going to use my magic giant arrow to try and clear these air defenses, and I can also get a sweeper as well. So what I'm going to do is set my Queen here. Now I can make a guide on how to line this up, but then I'm going to pop her ability, and there you see I clear out 2 of those air defenses. So now I've only got 2 air defenses, an Eagle Artillery, the Infernos, and the Clan Castle are the main threats. Townhall is not an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my balloons first, before my dragons, to tank for any seeking air mines. And then I'm going to use a couple dragons on that side to just funnel to make sure the dragons go towards the middle of the base. Now I'm going to place the dragons with the Warden on air mode, with the Minion Prince behind. And then I'm going to pop the Minion Prince's ability. Okay, that's not ideal because I wanted it to go towards the center, but it shouldn't matter. And then now I'm going to drop the blimp. And then I'm going to use the Warden's Eternal Tone as the blimp starts to exit the radius. And now I'm looking for around the middle of the base, which is here. I'm going to place all 3 clone spells and then the rage. And basically the balloons are just going to completely overwhelm the base. And then my second rage, I'll just place it there. And then at this point, the base is going down. Like, nothing is stopping it. Even though the Clan Castle, like, I've got super minions in them, which are like pretty strong Clan Castle troops. Like, some people might be using things like baby dragons, regular dragons. They're just not going to do anything. And I've basically cleared every defense, and I've still got the Warden with a bunch of dragons, and then yeah, they'll just clean up the back end. And you want to be placing your Minion Prince behind your dragons, because he deals a lot of damage, but he is quite weak. So if you place him at the front, he'll get dropped like by things like air defenses, expos. They will kill him pretty quickly, but if you place him at the back, he'll just be dealing crazy damage. And as you can see, I've taken down this base, and I've got 5-6 dragons left, the Minion Prince. And I mean, this was like a strong base. Most Townhall 11s would have a weaker base and weaker Clan Castle troops than that. And yeah, it's honestly that easy. So I'm going to run you through it again on another base, just to show you that it can be done on other bases as well, and that it's not that difficult. Alright, so for this attack I'm going to bring the Barbarian King to show you how it changes when I bring him. And as you can see, again, we have a pretty strong base that has the air defenses placed, so they're quite difficult to line up. And this is where the king can be strong, because if you place him in front of the queen, he has a lot of hit points, so he'll keep the queen alive for longer as he's like a tank in front of her, if that makes sense. Whereas she's quite weak, so if she doesn't have anything, she just dies pretty quickly. So you get more queen value if you bring the king as well. So I'm gonna line up and then take out the 2 air defenses. Then I'm gonna place my king in front as well. And so I'm aiming for the eagle artillery over there. So I'm gonna place my balloons to tank for the mines. Some dragons there, some funnel. I'm gonna pop my barbarian. So queen did die, but that shouldn't matter too much. And then I'm going to wait until my Grand Warden's around the middle of the base, because as well they're going to be nerfing the Eternal Tome soon, so the blimp loses the invulnerability when it leaves the Warden's radius after 1 second. But at the moment, if I activate it now with my Eternal Tome that's leveled up, I think it's around 9 seconds, the blimp is completely indestructible. So if a Seeking Air Mine hits it, it does nothing. And then after this tornado trap, I'm going to place my rages, my clones with the rage. And then, as you can see, I've just got a whole load of balloons just completely swarming the base. I've literally 3-starred this attack like every time. This probably wasn't the best example, but then again, the bases I'm using are like the most difficult bases you'd ever come up against. A normal Townhall would it'd be very unlikely that they're running these. And this is why I prefer the Minion Prince to the King, because he deals a lot more DPS, whereas the King's kind of a tank on the side. Actually, on this occasion I might not get the 3-star. I think I placed my blimp too late and tome too late, so I took too many eagle artillery shots. So I'll run that again now just to prove that I can actually 3-star it. And I was being an idiot, so if I line that up. So if I stop my queen dying to that single target inferno, should much better. So as you can see, the blimp beelines basically towards the town hall. It just takes the quickest route. And in times like this, you want to manually pop it. Otherwise, it's just going to go all the way up to the town hall in the corner doing nothing, basically. And then yeah, the good spiky ball, you can drop a lot of defences, which makes it easier. Yeah, this time I attacked properly in 3-star. And I have all my dragons and these balloons. And my queen's still alive as well, so that one before was just a blip. So I'll let this attack play out. And there you go, 3 stars. So yeah, see, on a base like this, I want to be attacking opposite side of the town hall. So what I'm gonna do is look for the arrow, and if I hit my arrow across the middle, I can get the air defenses and the air sweepers. So I'm gonna line that up. Fire, got all that, which is good. Then I'm going to funnel each side, so placing a couple balloons and a dragon, 2 dragons. Basically means my dragons go through the middle of the base. You don't want them going around the edge attacking gold mines. You want them going through the main defences of the middle. The Warden and the Prince. Place the balloons. What we'll do when my Prince faces this one is slow that down. I'm going to place my blimp. And I want to get the Inferno towers because my dragons can get the artillery. My blimp there, and probably around here a bit. place them. And this way the eternal tome is good, you see, because the higher level you have it, the longer invulnerability you get, which is good. Because then things like the tornado trap and seeking air mines and normal air mines, they won't destroy your stuff, your balloons. And yeah, as you can see now, the base is just completely crushed. This attack, you can hit Townhall 12s with it, unless they have a base where the Townhall and the Eagle Artillery are very spread out and they've got everything like maxed out with good clan castle troops. You may struggle, but if you bring a hero potion, I'd say it's definitely possible, and you're getting at least a high 2-star %. So if you want to try this attack out for yourself, feel free to. I'll be making guides for Townhall 12, 13 and higher Townhalls when I have my accounts at those levels. I will be using similar equipment. I recommend you upgrade the correct equipment and don't upgrade the wrong stuff. My motto is ore is law. You do not want to be wasting your ore on bad equipment. It will just hinder your progress, and the best way to play this game is to use a set of equipment and just run that until you get them all maxed, and then you want to start upgrading, you know, the other ones you want to try out. But I'd say the fundamental ones that you use in this attack, they will last you for the rest of the game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. You can use this attack for yourself, see if you like it. It's pretty strong. There are other Townhall 11 attacks you can do, such as things like witches and stuff. But I think for attacking higher Town Halls and in Clan War League, if you need to secure the 2 stars, if you pop the blimp on the higher Town Hall 12 and above, because they're defenses, the balloons will target the Town Halls. And if you spread the 3 clones out, you can make it so the balloons aren't getting killed by the bombs that the higher Town Halls drop. So if I quickly show you now in this attack, with your clones, the best way to place them is to overlap them so they're like just covering, and then rage in the middle, and this will spread the balloons out to the maximum amount. Now you don't need to do this, but if you want the optimal balloon damage, I'd say this is how to do it. And it also makes it so the red air mines won't get all your balloons. If they see some of your balloons and target them, they'll only get some. But obviously this is slightly higher risk. Things like air sweepers, if they push your balloons away or your balloons don't go in the right direction and you've spread out the clones, you may miss one of the clones, which will negatively impact your attack. So I'd say try that at your own risk, but it's slightly higher benefit. And if you can do it well, I mean, you'll be 3-starring every time. But if you don't want to and you just want to stack the 3 clones above each other, you should still be able to 3-star easily, as long as you're getting that Eagle Artillery. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.